Hello everybody. Yes, another phone recording. Can't get my regular camera to like the low light in here, but my phone seems to work with it just fine. So here we are with a phone again. Just figured I'd do an update on this. There's been questions, on various forums and things like that. Some have come to me directly about this. First concern that some guys had was that I was stuffing the video traffic, the multicast stuff into the edge router because I was coming off of the switch, which by the way has been changed to a small one because I finally found them. Yeah, that's going to change very shortly. If you note from the last video, I now have it here. I just have not, I haven't patched it up in here yet, so that's the reason that it's still there. But that's going to change, and it'll have its own. It'll have its own dedicated Ethernet from the 589, on up and then into the edge router. So that's gonna change. But the Xi wall's also gone, and I've been using the edge router and I've been reasonably pleased with it. It's much faster, but that Xi wall was an older generation, so you can't really look at it that way. The newer ones are probably much faster. I just don't have one, for comparison. Other people have actually done some comparisons, and they say the edge router is faster, and I can believe it. It's actually, I've been impressed with it. It's very fast. But other than that, not really a whole lot of other things changed other than obviously it's a lot neater. You can pretty much see what's going on. I need to go through now and start labeling things because it's pretty much done. HPNA is not in use. That was asked on the last video. This is actually a TV antenna. It could be HPNA if I really wanted it to be, but it's a TV antenna. There's a reason why, because I know that'll probably be the next question. Well, why are you using TV antenna? You have video service. Well, during storms, video service goes out, and probably about 3 weeks ago now, we had a tornado just several miles from my house, making a beeline right for my house. And the only way that I knew that was because I was able to watch the local news. Because the VDSL will go down a lot when you're having thunderstorms and bad weather. I get a lot of impulse noise on my loop, and it just causes, retrain, left and right. So it's unreliable during a storm. So I need something reliable, and what is that? TV. You should just have it just because, if you have power and you have no video service because your storms have knocked out something, a couple of miles away. What are you going to use? You're going to try to get local news or something. You ideally would like to try to get local news. So I would suggest, particularly if you're in a bad weather area or have a tendency to have bad weather like us here in the southeast, to get you. If you're going to wire it up, just wire it up so that you could use either or both at the same time. Pull more RG6, whatever you need to do to make it work. Just think of that. So anyways, this is what we've got going on. Smaller switch, just a 4-port, 5-port I think it is. Yeah, it's 5 ports. One of them is an uplink port. I forget which Netgear it is. It's that one that those ones that AT&T likes. So it's like the AT&T sanctioned switches for that side for the boxes. Here's the old one. Obviously overkill because I'm not going to run that many set-top boxes. Besides, you can't even get that many set-top boxes from them, I don't think. I think your max is like 4. We have 2. So that's pretty much it. If anybody's got any further questions, don't hesitate to ask. But just thought of the last one, and that was somebody asked me about temperature, which I had this thermometer here. This hasn't been open that long. Of course, it's going to have cooled off, but I have been checking the temperature. Like the power bricks, that's cooler than they normally are. They normally get to be about maybe 100 or so. As you can see, they're 87, 88 degrees Fahrenheit. They pretty much stop at about 100 degrees Fahrenheit. These things, you know, are pretty much about the same temperature. You know, they, you know, see, there you go. That's the hot spot. That's probably the CPU behind there, and that's about as hot as it gets. It doesn't really get much hotter than that. On a hot day, which we haven't had very many of them lately, but we have had a couple, and I came in here and measured it, and I think it got to 102. So only a couple degrees rise in here. It's not really that bad at all. It's certainly not enough to cause any you know, any damage to anything. We're well within the operating temperatures of the switches and that edge router for certain. You know, and then of course, oh yeah, one last question. I keep thinking the things that people ask me, because I got a bunch of questions about it, and you know, well, why don't I put the gateway in there? Well, I actually do use the wireless on that on occasion. I have a Ubiquiti wireless gateway in the house, which you can't really see from here because I'm standing, I'm quite a ways away from it. It's, you know, probably, you know, 50 feet from me, but you know, that's fed by one of these. That's fed out. It's coming into this patch panel and into this switch here. You know, I do use this, and I pretty much use the Ubiquiti wireless gateway. You know, that's why I don't put this in the box. If I, you know, shuffled it around, I could probably get it in there. It'd be pretty tight, but these 589s actually get fairly warm. You know, I would admit, see, they get fairly warm. You know, they get much warmer than the edge router and the switches and things like that. I don't know that I would trust the 589 in this cabinet. It simply gets too warm. So, if you're thinking about it, don't. It's just not. It's not going to work out. You know, it's going to be really hot. You'll probably kill it. So, you know, the reason that I did it this way is so that I could switch out. If I wanted to dump uverse and go to Time Warner Cable, which is, I guess at this point, you know, as of now, I guess it's going to be soon to be Charter, because I guess Charter's trying to buy them now because Comcast failed. And one thing that is for certain, I will never be a Comcast customer. I'm just not in a Comcastic mood, you know, this lifetime. So, you know, maybe when hell freezes over, I will be a Comcast customer. So, you know, pretty much my only reasonable choice is AT&T. You know, yeah, sure, you could use Time Warner Cable, but only if you want you know, videos and things like that to load up in the evening, because they're oversold in the neighborhood quite seriously. So that's pretty much all that's going on, guys. Any questions, any comments, suggestions are always open for suggestions. The uverse guys have been very good about throwing out suggestions there, like the you know, take the edge router and go to the gateway directly kind of thing, which, you know, is really a good way to do it. You know, just because. So anyway, guys, thanks for watching, and be safe. Take care of yourselves.